In the last lesson, we worked on create ad feature. Now let's display ad created by seller on his own profile. So here I'll create a function get ads. So here we need to fetch ads where posted by field is equals to currently login user ID, and we have posted by field here in ad, this one. So this is how it will work. First of all, we will create collection reference. Then we will execute query, and finally retrieve data from Firestore. So const ads ref collection, and we will pass it db and collection name ads. Then we will execute query which will be from Firebase Firestore. So it takes ads reference and then the condition. So first where condition, which will be from Firebase Firestore, and here we will check posted by equals to the ID of the profile, and we have ID in params. And I would like to retrieve result in descending order. So order by, which will also be from Firebase Firestore, published at field, and here descending. Now await get docs. It will take query. Now we will run a for each method on this docs.forEach. It will give us document. And now let's create a local array so that I can push her to the array on each iteration. Let ads equals to empty array, and here ads.push doc.data, and I will also get ID. So this doc also has doc.id field, which will be this one. And then let's create a state here. Ads set add empty array for initially, and here we will, after this for each, set ads, and we will set this value to the state, and we will run this function in use effect. So let's log ads. So if I visit profile, alright, so since we are using query, so we need to create index in Firestore. So just click on this link, and here for composite index just click create index, and now it will take some time, so I will pause it here and we'll be back once it's done. Alright, it's done. Firestore needs indexing to ensure performance of the query. Now let's refresh again. Now we have data here. Now we will display this data on the right side. So here after the horizontal line, first I will check for ads length, ads.length. Then let's go for H4 for heading, published ads. Otherwise, there are no ads published by this user or whatever you like. And after that, we will run an array map function on ads. So div with class of row, and here ads dot map. Let's add question mark here. So add, and here div key will be add.id, and we have access to id. Because of this, and I will add a few classes since it's a row, so I will add column classes. Call s6 and call md4 and margin bottom 3. Now let's create a separate component, add card. And here I will import it, add card from component slash add card, and I will render add card here and pass the add. And in add card, let's receive add. I'll give it bootstrap class card, and then import link from React Router DOM. Two will be, so for single add I will create a route something like slash add dot category, add category, and then add id, add dot category dot to lowercase. Because if you take a look at categories, they are title case. And then slash add dot id. Right now we don't have this route, but we will create it later. And then image tag, source will be, if you take a look at the result, we have images which is an array. So I would like to show first image on the card, add dot images 0 dot, and then there is a property URL, alt add dot title, and then bootstrap class card image top, and let's add some style, width 100%, and height. Let's make it 200 pixel. So this is how it looks. So below the image, card body, bootstrap class, and here I would like to show add category, and on the right side heart icon to mark the ad as favorite. So a small tag for add category, and I will wrap it inside p tag. Now let's grab icon. So here search for heart, this one AI outline heart, and for fill we will use this one, but for now let's just use AI outline heart. From React icons / AI. Size, let's say 30. Okay, so now let's display it on the right side. So bootstrap class deflex, justify content between, and align items center. Okay, after that let's display add title. And I will wrap it inside link tag, add.title. Since this route is very long, so let's extract it. Const add link, and here I will replace it with add link, and same here. Let's wrap it inside h5. With class card title. Right, so card a link, let's change it CSS. Dot card a, text decoration none, and color inherit. Okay, after that let's display location, and when ad was published, and finally price. So link to, now I don't want to wrap this entire div with link because there is this heart icon, and upon clicking it, I don't want user to go to the individual ad page. I would like to mark ad as favorite or unfavorite. So p paragraph with class card dash text, and then add location, and now date. So let's import moment from React moment, and here we will say from now, and add dot created at, which has a method to date. In fact, it's not created at, it's published at. Let me confirm. Yes, it's published at. Let's add a line break and then price. Add dot price. So this is how it looks. Let's format the price. Number dot to locale string. Okay. Now in the next lesson, we will work on favorite add functionality. There is a problem here. It should be template literal. So backtick. Now we will work on favorite add. So if user has marked an ad as favorite, we will show different icon, otherwise this one. So to do that, we need favorite collection. And here in cell route, after adding data into Firestore, we will create a document in favorites collection which will have this ID, and the ID will be this one. So let's store it in a variable, and now let's write await set doc, which will be from Firestore, which takes doc again from Firestore db, and I will call it favorites. And now we need to pass the ID which is generated by this add doc function. So this result has result.id. And for fields, we will create users array. Initially it will be empty. So whenever user marks this add as favorite, we will push the user ID into user array. Users. We will push the ID in users array. So now if you want, you can delete this add collection and create another one so that you also have this favorite collection as well, but I will create it manually. Collection name favorites, and now we need ID. So let's grab this ID. Favorites collection name, and then document ID, and field users, type will be array. Save. Now a document generated for this add ID in favorites collection, and the field users, which is an array, and it's empty for now. Okay, so let's import use effect because we need to get data from favorites collection. So use effect, here let's import from Firestore doc and on snapshot. We will be using on snapshot because we would like to update the UI when user click on this icon. So let's create document ref doc. It takes db and then collection name, which is favorites, and then ID. doc.id. Now const unsub equals to on snapshot. It will take docref and it will return query snapshot. Now let's also bring use state, and it will be users set users use state empty string for empty array for now. And because users because this favorite document has this user field which is an array. So here we will set users query snapshot dot data dot users. Query snapshot dot data will be an object and dot users will be array. And then we will unsubscribe, return unsub. Now let's log users here. So we haven't marked any ad as favorite. Now let's add the toggle functionality, whether mark add as favorite or remove from favorite. So const toggle favorite async. And now first of all we will check whether this users array contains currently logged in user or not. So let is fav users dot include. Now we need auth, which will be from our Firebase config file. Auth dot current user dot uid. If there is user, it will return true, otherwise false. So now await update doc and then db collection name and add id, and here we would like to update users field. So this is what we will do. If is fav, if there is user, then we will remove it from favorite list, and we will do that with array filter method users dot filter user. Now this user is, in fact let's call it id, because this is id not equals to auth dot current user dot uid. Otherwise users dot concat auth dot current user dot uid. So first of all we are checking whether this user array has currently logged in user or not. If user has marked the add as favorite, then user will be in this array. Then upon clicking the favorite button, we will filter out the user from favorite list. Otherwise we will add the user in favorite list. And I will call this function here on click toggle favorite. Also like to change the icon. So here let's check again users dot include auth dot current user. Now you have to write question mark after that, because for now we are using this card in profile route, and if we are from profile route then it means user is authenticated. But we will be using this add card in home page as well, which is not a protected route. So make sure to add this question mark here. So if user is logged in, then it will check UID. So if user includes, then we will display different icon, which is this one, AI fail hard. AI fail hard, size 30, and on click, same toggle favorite function. Otherwise, we will show this AI outline hard. Now let's give it a try. So if I mark this ad as favorite, you see it's a icon change, and take a look at Firestore. There is an ID here, and if I again click it, icon change and user is gone. Okay, let me change its color. So class name, text at danger. So right now it's empty. Let's mark it as favorite. Now it's favorite, and now remove. In the last lesson we worked on toggle favorite. Now let's create a page where user can see all the ads marked as favorite by him. So in navbar, my favorites, and path will be favorite. Now in pages, let's create a file, my favorites, and in app.js, let's import it, and it will be protected route. So favorites. So let's create a function here, get ad. So first of all, we will fetch all the ads from favorites collection where users array contains currently logged in users ID. Get ads from favorite collection where users includes logged in user. So let's import collection from Firestore. And also db from Firebase config file. Const favref equals to collection db and then collection name, which is favorites. Now we will execute a query based on this condition. So const q equals to query, again it will be from Firestore. It will take favref and where users, and Firestore has this array contains, and here logged in user. So we need to bring auth.currentuser.uid. Now let's get all the documents. So await get docs, which will be from Firestore. We will pass it query const docs. Now we will run for each on this docs. docs.forEach. In fact, let's call it something else. Docs.snap. So docs.snap.forEach, and here we will get doc. So this doc has doc.id, which is add id, and also doc.data, which is users array. So here we would like to get all the ads marked as favorite by currently logged in user. So let's create reference for ads collection. Const add rep equals to collection db and collection name. And now query. We will pass it add ref, and then we will add where clause. So here we will check add id equals to doc.id, which will come from there. So to get access to add id, because if you take a look at ads collection, and for this add document we don't have id field, so we will compare add.id with this id, and to get access to this, Firestore provide us a function document id. Now here in where query, document id equals to doc.id, which is add id. So now if we run get docs and pass this query, and let's make it asynchronous. It will not work, as asynchronous task within for each does not give expected result. Let me show you. So add snap dot for each add doc. Let's create a local ads array. Ads dot push add doc dot data. And after that we need to use a state. So use state ads set ads empty array, and here set ads, and we will pass this ads. And if I console log add state, and we need to call this function as well. So let's bring use effect. Use effect get ads. Now let's visit my favorites. It's showing 1, but watch what will happen when I refresh. Now there are no ads. Async await doesn't work as expected in for each, even though there are ads in this array. Let me show you here. If I console log it on line 30, there is an array of 1 item. Let's refresh. Line 30, array of 1 item. So it's there. So let's refactor this code. So let me call it promises, and here after query promises dot push and I will push get docs dot get docs and pass it query. Now this get docs is in a promise. Let's remove this code. Now we will resolve promise. So we will use JavaScript promise dot all and we will pass this promises array. Const docs equals true. Now we will run for each on this docs, which will give us query snapshot, and we will run for each on this query snap to get document. And here I will create local ads array, ads.push. I will spread out dsnap.data, which will be users array, and then id dsnap.id, which will be add id. And here we are passing this ads array to our state. Now we have array of one item, and if we refresh it again, it's here. So if you are going to use for each, let's say like this, then it's perfectly fine. However, if you want to make an asynchronous request here within for each, then it will probably not give you expected results. So in that case, we can use JavaScript promise. Okay, so now let's display ads. Margin top 5 container, and here I will first check for ad length, then I will render h3 favorite ads, and if user has not marked any ad as favorite, then let's display no favorite ads. And now let's create div with class row, and here we will loop through ads state. Ads.map add, key will be add.id, and I will add a few bootstrap classes. Call sm6, call md3, and margin bottom 3, and then we will render add card, which is auto imported here, and we will pass add. So this is our favorite ad, and if I remove it from favorite, it's removed. There are no favorites ad. Let's go back to profile again, mark it as favorite, go to my favorites, and there is favorite ad.